Hello! Today I want to introduce you to a new yarn, and also I guess I'm going to do a little bit of a tutorial for Mammen stitch because I'm starting socks using this yarn and Mammen stitch. So this yarn is a new yarn from Rauma. It's called Vandre. It's specifically a sock yarn that is 100% wool, where 50% of the wool comes from spelsau. So there's no nylon, but the spelsau wool is there to help it be stronger and not fall apart when you're wearing it as a sock. So that's great. It's very springy, and it's not itchy at all as far as I can feel. The instructions say to wash it at 40 degrees, which will cause it to what can I say? It will cause it to full a little. So that'll be interesting with null binding. So let's go. I'm going to show you a new type of start. So this is the end that doesn't have the needle. And I'm just making a bit of a U with it. And then I'm going to fold the top of the U down to make two ears. So the yarn is lying on top of it there. And then take the needle that I've put the other end of the thread in, and you thread it in through this one and back out through that one and tighten. Then you take, see, you look at the short one, you don't want that, and you put your thumb underneath the working thread, like so. So this is the working thread. Then we push the needle through, the needle that's now going through those two loops. And then we put the needle underneath the working yarn. So now at the back here you have two loops. This is called the mouse ear start because these look like mouse ears. And you have the end dangling off here. So since we're doing Mammen, we want both of the loops at the back here, twist and under. I'm supporting with my index finger so that everything stays in place. And then I pull the topmost loop off. Next stitch, there's still two loops behind here. So I'm going to take the one I just took off my thumb and the, shall I say, the rightmost loop, and twist and push it under. Many people prefer this for their first stitch because so 1 and 2 and under. The reason many people prefer this as a first stitch is that you can use it for thinner yarn and it will actually look like a complete fabric. Oslo stitch, which has one less loop, it often looks very loose and you can't really see that you've done it correctly. So I take that one and then the sort of rightmost loop, I twist and push it under. Here's my, this is what I'm going to do quite often. When the needle is in this position, you can sneak your thumb out and go through the rest. That way you don't have to pull the loop down from your thumb. There's just one loop here when you've finished tightening. So again, 2 loops, and I sneak my thumb out and going through. So since this is a new to me yarn, and it's also a rather new yarn in the world, I needed to do some test patches, which I did yesterday, to figure out which stitch would be good for a sock. I think several different stitches would do well for a sock in this yarn, but for me and my thumb size, I think this is a good first pair at least. So the plan is to make a line of green at the top and then change to the beige color. They don't have any grey yet in this yarn. But when they do, I will buy it, I think. We'll see how these socks turn out. I might make the heel and the toe green as well, but we'll see. If you feel like I'm going too fast, you can just slow down the video using the player on YouTube and see if you can pick up whatever thing you're missing. And I can't really go as slowly as I used to back when I did the Oslo Stitch tutorials. I was very much a beginner still, and I remembered all the beginner things, and now I guess it's all sort of in my hands and in my fingers, and it's not as easy to sort of pick it apart anymore, because this motion, for example, is just worked into my thumb. I find it very difficult not to do the little sneak. Uh-oh. We have a bit of a tangle, which can be fixed by doing that. Don't know how much of that you saw, but at least I fixed the tangle. We have a bit of a chain now. So I've been not really motivated to do a lot of knoll binding recently, and this yarn has really changed that for me. I am so much more motivated. I still have some projects to sort of finish up. Some socks I was planning on making into socks, but are now becoming a needle case and a purse, and then a purse that's becoming a card holder. Because they just, yeah, the yarn and stitch combo is not my favorite, and they're just not as fun. I still want to make something, I just don't want to make the thing that I was starting out making. This is not long enough for a sock. So this stitch is also called the Korgen stitch. And doing it in a row like this, they are completely, like, they are the same stitch. The difference is when you connect it to the previous row. Mammen uses 2 loops and Korgen uses 1. I think this is going to be my project for April. So if I do any null bind and chill videos, you will see the progress on this sock, and you will see the connection stitch, because I don't think I'll get to it today. Still not big enough for a sock, barely big enough for a hand. But yeah, to some people this might seem a little loose or a little, like, airy for a sock, but I don't want my socks super thick, which is why I'm going for this. I am very curious about what happens when you fold this. I'm hoping it doesn't get too small, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we've made a good start, and hopefully now you can do a chain. If you have watched my finish stitch video or my Oslo video, you know how to do the connection. So I will link those below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I shall enjoy making my springy socks. It really still feels like really squishy. Squishy yarn. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yarn Goblin activated. But yeah, so that's it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!